Well, good day to all of our awesome JubiRev JubiMax family members and to all of our guests that are watching this pre-recorded video. What I wanted to do, my name is T. Lamont Silver Sr. Everyone calls me T. Lamont. As I'm doing this recording, we've been in the home business industry now 19 years. Boy, we've had a phenomenal ride, particularly the last 10 years. We struggled the first 9. The last 10 years, we've been able to build 4 7-figure businesses, and we have firmly planted our flag here with JubiRev JubiMax. I'm going to be honest with you. Even though we've built 4 7-figure businesses, I wish I could tell you that I had been with one company for 19 years. And so for me and my family, we are planting a flag. We're saying this is our primary excuse me. This is our primary business interest. We don't want to have to keep starting over and over again. We are planting our flag. Now, what I want to do in this particular video is walk you through some parts of our maximum impact compensation plan, our maximum impact compensation plan. Now, I won't hit on every way the company pays, but I want to really feature a couple of ways the company pays and then really give you a macro sketch. What's the big picture? Okay, so there's really 4 groups of people that our maximum impact compensation plan impact. Number 1, the preferred customer. Now, the preferred customer is not a person that's going to be making money in our system because they're not promoters. However, it is extremely important that we have preferred customers. And essentially what a preferred customer is in this industry is you could have great products like we've got our weight loss products, we've got our skincare products, we've got our Jubi coffee that's now in the warehouse, and more coffee blends that are being created as we do this recording. Excuse me for fumbling there. We've got our cardio product, which is a phenomenal product. Our number 1 selling product right now is our Max Energy product. So we've got a tremendous amount of products that people are already spending money on. Now, obviously, customers that are not affiliated with Income Opportunity will be able to purchase products at retail pricing, or they could become a preferred customer. They get on auto ship, and as they get on auto ship to get their favorite products sent to them on a month-to-month basis, then obviously what that's going to do is give them preferred pricing, which is why we call them a preferred customer. Now, their volume, the fact that they're ordering again and again and again, is going to have an impact on all of our compensation and throughout our compensation model. So this is why we start off with the preferred customer. By the way, for my international audience, for those that are not in the U.S., for those that are not in Canada, you won't have such a focus right now on the physical delivery products. You'll have more of an emphasis on digital digital delivery products, more like our travel. Okay, so if you hear me talk about the physical delivery products and you're not in the U.S., no, I'm talking to that U.S. Audience. For the rest of the world, you'll be thinking more about our digital delivery products. Okay, now let's talk about the beginner. Let's talk about the beginner, Joe and Susie beginner, Joe and Susie average. Now, there's no clue that in our industry, the overwhelming majority of people do not make money, and that is a sad commentary. I remember when I stumbled into this industry back in 1994 as a college kickout, I bought into the dream of earning $10,000 a month. And boy, it took a long time to get there. And then we finally got there. About 9-10 years later, we finally got there. And what I was not prepared for was the empty feeling that I had going to the bank with a big check, knowing that the overwhelming majority of my teammates were not making money. Well, the daily leadership bonus is for all promoters, but we really want to highlight how it impacts the beginner. Because the challenge with the beginner, or the challenge with the person who's not yet put the pieces together, it took me a while before we started putting the pieces together to start to understand how to build a network, how to move sales through that network, so on and so forth. Okay? All right? The challenge is most people quit. You know, it doesn't matter who the company is, doesn't matter what the product is, doesn't matter how phenomenal the compensation is. Most people quit before they put the pieces together. And one of the reasons they quit is that they're not seeing enough results. They're not seeing income. And this is where the daily leadership bonus is going to come into play, because what's going to happen here is that the company is going to take a percentage of its daily commissionable sales volume, put it into a pool, and even Joe Beginner, Sue Beginner, Joe Average, Sue Average will be able to stake a pro rata share of that pool. Now, let me tell you why this is so important. Most companies have some type of revenue sharing pool. Normally, it's only 1, 2, 3% or so of the company's global sales that go into the pool. And then normally you've got to jump over some pretty high hurdles in order for you to earn your right to be in that pool. So most people are never in the pool. I remember I was with the company. We were the top leaders. One of the top leaders. I think we were the number 3 income earner with that particular company. And there were 3 of us when that company introduced a revenue sharing pool. There were only 3 of us that qualified. Now, that pool was phenomenal. It became a full-time income. And while that was exciting for me, it wasn't exciting for the thousands of teammates that we had, because the thousands of teammates weren't in that pool. Okay, this is important because what this allows is Joe Beginner, Sue Beginner, this allows Joe Average, Sue Average to start taking action that lead to getting customers, preferred customers, and even promoters as well. But now Joe and Susie Beginner, Joe and Susie Average can actually earn points so that they can start to get paid on a daily basis. Now, the daily leadership bonus is not going to make Joe and Susie Beginner rich. What it will do is give them a taste of, my gosh, I can make some money. I remember I was building a business, and we were making a very sizable income. We were probably 15, 20 grand a month at that time with that particular business. And one of my teammates, she was a Sue Beginner. One of my teammates had gotten her first check with that particular business. And I think it was like $30, if I remember correctly. And, I was almost apologetic, Sue Beginner, Sue Average, it'll get bigger, it'll get bigger. See, I had forgotten the importance of that win. I had forgotten the importance of that win because I was now at 10, 15, 20, I forget what the numbers were, but it was a pretty hefty amount monthly. And my Sue Beginner, of course that wasn't her name, was like, she was so excited about a $30 check, and I had to check myself and say, wait a minute. No, yeah, let's celebrate this $30. Let's celebrate this $30. And so that's what the daily leadership bonus is about, is to allow our beginners to start seeing financial success in their business. Now, in time, some of our beginners could get to the point where that equates to $200, $300, $400, $500, maybe even $1,000 a month. I don't anticipate that my Joe Beginner is going to make 20 grand a month with the daily leadership bonus. But again, just think about this. If we can get the majority of people that ever engage with you in business making enough money where it covers their expenses being in business, it covers their auto ship, so they're getting their products for free, and they've got an extra $100, $200, $300 a month above and beyond that, ladies and gentlemen, we win. One of my great mentors in this industry, Zeke and Jerry Stewart, tremendous couple. Zeke told me years ago, this is before I'd made it big, Zeke and Jerry had months of $50,000 or more in a month. One of my great mentors, Zeke and Jerry, Zeke told me, T. Lamont, don't focus on you making $20,000 or you making $50,000 or you making $100,000 a month. Focus on getting as many of your teammates as you can making $200, $300, $400 a month. If you help enough people make $200, $300, $400 a month, and that is your focus, you will make the 10, the 15, the 20, the 30 to $50,000 a month. Okay, so that's the beginner stage. The daily leadership bonus pays on a daily basis. The company takes its daily commissionable sales volume. It shares a portion of that with all of our qualified promoters. Everyone, not just the beginners, can earn points in that, and your points represent your pro rata share of that day's revenue. And now it is revenue based, so there'll be days when revenues are really high, and so you'll have more of a daily leadership bonus. There'll be days when revenues are not as high, and so be mindful that this is not an investment. Okay, you're not buying your way into getting points or anything like that. Now you can purchase something that we call JubiBucks. JubiBucks are a way to incentivize customers to try the product, and when customers actually use those JubiBucks to offset the price of the products, you do earn points in the system. There'll be other ways that you'll be able to earn points as well, things that help to grow the business. What I want to focus on for the remainder of this particular video is I want to talk about the intermediate, because this is where a good number of you that are watching this already are, or where you aspire to be. So you might be in the beginner stage, but we want to move you to the intermediate stage. Now, if we get you to the intermediate stage, ultimately we're going to get you to the advanced stage. But let's talk about the intermediate stage, because this is where this can really change very dynamically your current financial situation. Okay, in the intermediate stage, what I'm going to discuss here is what we call the fast start bonuses. Now, I won't have a pretty PowerPoint on this. I'm going to go to a whiteboard. Okay, now let me show you how this is going to work. In the intermediate stage, you're going to be able to earn bonuses of $1,000 again and again and again, and then ultimately $10,000 bonuses again, again, and again. Let me say that again. In the intermediate stage, you're going to be able to earn $1,000 bonuses again and again and again, and ultimately you're going to be able to earn $10,000 bonuses again, again, and again. All right, so let's go to work here. I'm going to go to my whiteboard here. Let me show you how this is going to work. Okay. All right, so for this part of the compensation plan, everyone starts by building what we refer to as a home team. A home team. Now, with this particular part of our compensation, this is a fast start. This is a recruiting machine is what this is. This generates a tremendous amount of interest of people wanting to come aboard because they want to make those $1,000 bonuses, $10,000 bonuses again and again. There are a couple of packages. Now, as I'm doing this, things are in still with the consultant, so there might be some minor modifications. It's the concept that I want you to get. There are going to be a couple of packages related to these commissions that I'm about to share with you. These are going to be, starter packages, and I don't know the exact name of what they'll be called, but you got starter packages. One of the packages is going to be in the $500 to maybe $600 range. It's in with the consultants as they're looking at all the numbers and the profit margins and what have you. But let's say, it could be something like $4.99, it could be $5.49, it could be $5.99, something like that, somewhere in the $500 to $6 range. All right, so when a person comes aboard and they choose to purchase this optional package, one of these starter packages in the $500 to $600 range, that's going to be filled with products. For my U.S. audience, that's going to be filled with physical delivery products. Then, of course, people will be able to choose the type packages they want with the types of products they want in there. So that's no different than what many of us have seen in the industry, where you get a starter package and you get an assortment of the company's products so that you can become a product of the product, and you can even share some of those products with maybe folks there in your local area in an attempt for them to see the product, like the product, and either maybe they want to become a preferred customer, or perhaps they're interested in the business themselves. Now, for our international audience, you're going to have a tremendous travel package, all right? Because we know that for our international audience, as we're doing this recording, that depending on where you are in the world, shipping physical delivery products to you and your preferred customers might be a challenge. So you're going to focus on virtual type products dealing in travel, and there might be some other things that will be added in travel. But it'll definitely be worth the $500 to $600 that someone may outlay for one of those optional packages. There's going to be a second package that's going to be, let's say, Grand Poobah. The Grand Poobah starter package. And that is going to be in the $1,200 to $1,300 range. You know, it might be in the midpoint, maybe the $1,249, $1,250 range. And once again, that's not uncommon in our industry, where you've got, you know, a junior pack, if you will, that gets you a good amount of product, but then maybe you have a senior pack or a larger pack where you've got a much larger assortment of products. Typically, people that go with the Grand Poobah starter package are going to be folks that are, you know, obviously they want to use the products themselves, but then they want to have more products beyond just what they would use personally. They could either retail those products if they want, because all of these products will have a retail pricing versus a preferred customer pricing, so on and so forth. So if they want to retail that, they can, and then keep the cash. So think about that. They can retail that and keep the cash. Or what many people will do is they'll simply have some of these extra products and then sample some of those products out. Let some people use the products. Oh, the person likes the product, then they become perhaps a preferred customer, so on and so forth. Okay, so again, for my international audience, a lot of this Grand Poobah package will be travel related, and it won't just be air. It will be value added with either the $500 or the $500 to $600 package, or the $1,200 to $1,300 package. Okay, all right. So this one is filled with products, obviously just more products if you're in the U.S., and it will be a higher tier of, let's say, travel if you happen to be outside the U.S. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to complete your home team. Now, how do you complete your home team? In your home team, you want to complete that by having a total of six packages that are sold. Now, when we say that they're sold, obviously you could bring on a new promoter. John joins you. If he elects to purchase one of those packages, whether it's the starter or the Grand Poobah package, okay, that would count as one of your six. You recruited him, but he purchased a package optionally, okay? Also, you could have a customer that isn't necessarily interested in the income opportunity, but they like the products, they love the products, and because those starter packages represent a value, typically what happens in this industry with these types of starter packages is that if you purchase each of the products individually, you'd have a higher retail price, and then you get a value. Sometimes it's a $40, $50, $60 off if you purchase this package. All right, so you actually could have someone who's not in the income opportunity that purchases a package. That's going to count towards your volume to complete your home team. And or you could have someone that joins you in the business that purchases a package. Now, of the 6 packages sold, you don't have to sell all 6 of them, okay? What you need to do is you need to personally enroll / sell 2 of the 6 packages, okay? And then the other 4 can come in any mixture. All right. Now, what we will teach is going to be very simple, because I think most people can do this. All right. And this is what much of the industry teaches. In a binary, what is taught in the binary? Hey, go out and get 2. All right. And then go out and get help those 2 get 2. So what we'll be teaching is enroll 2 and help them enroll 2. Now, if it happens perfectly like that, all right, that means, let's say if you enrolled Joe, and let's say you enrolled Sue, all right, there's 2, And if Joe enrolled too, let's say he enrolled Paul and enrolled Sheila, and then let's say Sue over here enrolled Peter and also enrolled Martha. Now, nobody's paid because Paul and Sheila, Peter, and Martha just enrolled. They're paid because Paul enrolled, let's say, as a promoter and then purchased one of those optional packages. Sheila enrolled as a promoter but purchased one of those optional packages. Peter didn't enroll necessarily as a promoter. He's not looking to build a business, but he likes the products. You know, Jubi Coffee, as I'm doing this recording, Jubi Coffee is in the warehouse and a couple other blends are being blended for us. So he's a coffee drinker, avid coffee drinker. Maybe he's a business owner and he just wants to purchase, more coffee, all right, for the break room, so on and so forth. All right, that was a sale. Martha was enrolled by Sue. Martha made her purchase. And that completes your home team. Now, while you're building your home team, you receive a 10% direct sale commission. You receive a 10% direct sale commission. So, in our example, you enrolled Joe. Now, if Joe made a, let's call it a $500, we know somewhere between $500 and $600. Let's say he made a $500 package purchase, you get a 10% override, or $50, okay? Now, let's say Sue purchased the, I'll go halfway, I'll say $12.50 package. You still get a 10% commission there, or $125, okay? Now, there are going to be other commissions paid, which is where we're going to get into in just a few moments. All right, so in this example, this is what has happened. You enrolled Joe. He made a $500 purchase. You get a 10% override. You made $50. You enrolled Sue. She makes a $12.50 purchase. You get a 10% override. You make $125. Paul is enrolled by Joe in this example. Paul is enrolled by, Sheila is enrolled by Joe in this example. So in this example, so far, you've got 1, 2. Sue is 2. Paul is 3. Sheila is 4. You've got 4 sales. You only need 2 more to complete your home team. All right? 6 will complete your home team. Then Peter makes a purchase. Then Martha makes a purchase of one of those packages. Okay? Now, this is how I'm showing it works. It doesn't matter how those 6 came to being, as long as you've personally enrolled 2. So you could have actually enrolled all 6. Now, we'd like to see that you enrolled 2 or 3, and then you work with those folks, and they enrolled to really build the team. In any event, now you've enrolled your 6. You've gotten your direct sales commissions on those that you personally enrolled that made purchases. Now, you are a Max team leader. Now, you are a Max team leader. All right, now I want you to understand what just happened here. We're not talking about you building a huge business here. That's why we call this intermediate. And even if you're a beginner, I want to move you. We want to move you from beginner to intermediate. We're not talking about building a huge organization here. We're talking about you basically have, you and your team have generated 6 of these package sales. Now you are a Max team leader. As a Max team leader, what you then want to do is you want to enroll at least 1 more promoter. So you could build a huge income by only potentially enrolling 3 yourself. You could build a massive income by potentially only enrolling 3 yourself. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to happen that way, but it could happen that way. All right, so let's say you enroll at least 1 promoter that starts your Max team. All right, we're going to say that this person that you enrolled is Julio. Okay, now, same thing. If Julio purchases, whether it is a $500 package or a $12.50 package, and again, those numbers somewhere between $500 to $600, somewhere between $1,200 and $1,300, you're still going to get your 10% direct commission. So obviously, if it was a $500 pack, you got a $50 direct commission. If it was a $12.50 pack, you got $125 commission. Now, but this is where it gets very interesting for you. Now your role begins to change. Now your role is, Julio, I want to help you get promoted to your max team. Julio, I want to help you get promoted to your max team. So now what's Julio's charge to get to his max team? Julio's charge to get to his max team is to have 6 sales. Whether they are the $500 variety or the $12.50 variety or any combination of the two, all right, to have 6 sales, to have 6 sales, to have 6 sales. Now his charge is what? To do the same that you did. Personally enroll at least 2 of those package sales. And then however those other 4 came about, you know, it could all be from Julio's efforts. Preferably, it's not just from Julio. It's you working with Julio. He got his first 2. Let's say here that Julio brings on Martha. And I'm sorry, Julio brings on Diane. And Julio brings on Rodney. Okay? All right, so now, as a max team leader, what you want to do is you want to assist Julio to get to his max team. You want to assist Diane to get to her max team. She's charged with the same 2 and 6. That's what we'll call it, 2 and 6. Well, she personally enrolled 2 and had a total of 6 sales. Rodney is charged with 2 and 6 if he wants to get to his max team. And so now what happens is, as Diane, I don't know where Rodney went. I'm sorry. I don't know where he went. All right. As Julio, as Diane, as Rodney are moving towards, working towards getting the max team advisor themselves, that's 2 and 6, 2 and 6, 2 and 6. Well, now what's going to happen is for every 6 sales or every 3,500 in, let's call it starter package volume. The company may come up with another name, okay? This is my terminology. For every 6 sales or every 3,500 in starter package volume, you as the max team leader get a $1,000 bonus. You as the max team leader get a $1,000 bonus for every 6 sales or for every $3,500 in starter package volume. Okay, so let's look at this for just a moment. Okay, see, maybe Julio purchased a $12.50 pack. Okay, and then Diane, maybe she purchased a $500 pack. Maybe Rodney purchased a $500 pack. Okay. Okay. But maybe Daniel, who was brought on by Diane, purchased a $12.50 pack. Okay. Let me pull up my calculator here. Let's see. $12.50 Julio purchased. Diane purchased 500. Rodney purchased 500. Daniel purchased $12.50. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Because there were a couple of those $12.50 purchases in your max team, you actually hit the 3,500 mark. You hit 3,500 in starter package volume. You hit 3,500 in starter package volume before you got the 6 sales. Well, guess what? At that point, you get a $1,000 bonus because you had the $3,500 in starter package volume. So now, if everyone did the 500, then even though that's not 3,500, the company would go on and commission you the $1,000. So it's either 6 of those $500 sales or a cumulative total of 3,500, whichever comes first, and then you get the $1,000 bonus. Now, once you get the $1,000 bonus in this example, then the system's going to reset. So in this example, Julio $12.50, Diane $500, Rodney $500, Daniel $12.50. So now the system's going to reset because you've earned your $1,000 bonus for that volume that was generated. And so now either the next 6 sales, all right, let's assume that's in the $500 range, or $3,500 in volume, another $1,000 bonus. So I want you to see, this is the beautiful part about this system, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Here's the beautiful part about the system. No one needs to be a great recruiter. Hear me. No one needs to be a great recruiter. Hear me. No one needs to be a great recruiter, because you could get to your max team by personally enrolling 2, working with those 2. And by the way, as you have a max team advisor, then you want to leverage that max team advisor to help you get those 2, and to help those 2 get their 2, so that you get to your max team. So you get to your max team. So you get to your max team. Now that you're in your max team, what you want to do is you want to be there to assist Diane. You want to be there to assist Rodney. You want to be there to assist Julio in getting to their max team, and them getting to their max. They cannot, none of these folks can get to their max team without providing the sales necessary to get there. So if you promote Diane to max team leader, that means that there's been 6 sales in your max team, boom, $1,000. If Rodney promotes to max team leader, that's another 6 sales, boom, $1,000. If Julio promotes to max team, all right, he's got to have 6, boom, $1,000. Daniel, got to have 6, boom, $1,000. Now, I believe there's going to be a lot of leaders that come aboard that's going to see this $1,250. And there'll be some other incentives for people to consider making a $1,250 purchase. All right, but I believe there's going to be a lot of leaders that's going to actually come aboard and say, hey, $1,250, $1,250, $1,250. All right, and then there'll obviously be 500s and 500s and 500s. Now, let's talk about the 10,000, and then we'll end this part of this training video here, okay? Now, so now we know for every 6 sales or 3,500 in starter package volume in your max team. Give me a moment. All right. Now we know that you're getting a $1,000 bonus. Okay. Now, what I love about this is that you now know. All right. Let's get you home team. Let's fill up your home team. Let's complete your home team. Get your max team qualified. Let's fill up your home team. Those 6 sales that you're responsible for. You don't have to do them all. At least 2 of them came from you. And get your max team qualified. Then we start getting you in your max team. All right. Then it's very simple. You can start looking at, what do I need to do with my max team to generate X amount of real cash on, whatever basis. So if it took you 2 months before all 6 sales were completed in your max team, you make a $1,000 bonus. All right. Well, guess what? If every 2 months that was happening, that's about a $500 that you are adding to your income on a monthly basis, not to mention any residual income, not to mention the daily leadership bonus. Okay. Now, a portion of each of these packages is going to go into the daily leadership bonus. So as we focus on getting the $1,000, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000 bonuses, that's going to help power money's going into the daily leadership bonus. Okay. Now, so a person that says, hey, I want to make an extra $1,000 a month. I want a car payment out of this. I want maybe even a rent payment or a house note. Well, now you know, okay, 6 sales, $1,000. If someone says, I want to make $1,000 a week, I want to start making a full-time income, well, then what's your week consisting of? Working to work with your team to get 6 of these sales. All right? Okay. Now, I'm telling you that this now allows us to laser focus on what we need to do to make right now money. In the background, we're going to be building up our residual income. And as we do this as a team, as a company, it's also going to be putting money in that daily leadership bonus. Now, let's talk about the $10,000 bonuses. And this is pretty simple. This is pretty simple because the way you get to your $10,000 bonus is you do so by either having a cumulative, I may be spelling cumulative wrong, a cumulative amount of 100 sales, all right, and I'm thinking in the $500 range here, or $65,000 in starter package volume. Now, let me say this with this $65,000 figure. Everything is still in as I'm doing this for finalization with the consultants and the attorneys. So don't quote me on that number. Don't take that number to the bank just yet. I think this is going to be the number, but this is the number that I've heard now for a couple of weeks as I'm doing this recording. That number could be, I doubt it would be lowered because they'd like to see the 100 sales. The company would like to see the 100 sales there. But the 65,000, it could be 70,000. All right. Right now, I'm going to say 65,000 volume. Now, why that volume figure? Because remember, you're going to have a combination of packages where people come aboard with a $500 package, and then you're going to have somebody that comes aboard with a $1,250 package, or whatever those price points happens to be, between 500 and 600, between 1,200 and 1,300. Okay. All right. So let's say maybe you hit the 65,000 or the 70,000 mark, whatever that number happens to be, before you get to 100 sales. Much like you hit and you could hit the 3,500 in volume before you get to the before you get to the 6 sales. That can happen. All right. So in any event, then you're talking about a $10,000 bonus at that point. You're talking about a $10,000 bonus at that point. Okay. So now let's say the 100 sales. Let's say that you were promoting and people were coming aboard, but they were coming aboard maybe with the $500 packages. I won't even put in the $1,200 to $1,300 package here right now. All right. So now what this means is, if we take the fact that you need 100 sales in your max team, and it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there, but if we take you need 100 sales in your max team to get to the $10,000 bonus, but you're getting a $1,000 bonus for every 6 sales, then that means that you would have earned 16, almost 17 of the $1,000 bonuses before you got to the $10,000 bonus. So let's think about this. All right, so you would have earned 16 $1,000 bonuses. Now you get the $10,000 bonus. You've earned $26,000 in bonuses. Now let me tell you why this excites me for my intermediate, my folks who are starting to be intermediate, my folks who are saying, boy, I can do that. Let me get to my max team, and maybe it takes us 3 months to get 6 sales, 2 sales a month. Okay, $1,000, an average of 300 and some change a month. Then maybe as you move forward, now it only takes you 2 months to get 6 sales. Then as you move forward, it only takes you a month to get 6 sales. Then as you move forward, it only takes a week to get 6 sales. What I love about this is I know that we've got leaders out there who are going to say, wait a minute, I can help produce 100 sales in a month. I can do 65,000 in starter package volume in a month because I've done it before. We had folks when JubiRev first started that personally enrolled 200, 300, 400 folks themselves. And so we're going to have leaders out there that's going to be making, this kind of money, I believe, and maybe even more in just the bonus money. And while folks focus on the bonus money as we start to round third with this video, as people focus on the bonus money, let me tell you what's going to happen, okay? As we focus on the bonus because this is right now money. Right now money. Win, right now money. All right, right now money. As people focus in on the 1K bonuses over and over again, the 10K bonuses over and over again, what's going to be happening is they're going to be then qualifying because as John, Mary, Susan purchased that initial package, behind that, they're going to want to have an auto ship so they can get their favorite products every single month. So that's going to go into our unilevel powered by the Jubi Suite. That's going to help people get the group qualifying volume to get to their car bonuses. Ultimately, what that's going to lead to is people rank advancing, and there's going to be some major rank advancement bonuses. Again, those things are still in with the consultant as I'm talking. So I've heard big figures. I've heard $30, $40, $50,000 rank advancement bonuses, $100,000 rank advancement bonuses, but I don't know all the details, so I'll just leave it at that. But these are going to be some huge rank advancement bonuses. There's going to be some infinity bonuses in our residual part of our compensation, the unilevel commission, the unilevel powered by the Jubi Suite. That's an 8-level structure, but as folks get more promotions, they're going to be able to earn infinity bonuses beyond the 8th level. And then the check matching bonuses, which to me is so huge, because this is where even the beginner, because of our Jubi Suite, could wind up having someone on their 5th or their 6th or their 7th or their 8th level, and they would be matching a portion of their residual income. That could be tens, that could be hundreds, that could be thousands of people in time that folks could be matching. So the purpose of this particular video was to cover a little bit about the beginner and really focus on the intermediate. If you consider yourself a beginner right now, I want to begin to shift your thinking to start saying, hey, I want to get I want to complete my home team as quickly as I possibly can. You know, whether that takes a day, a week, a month, 2 months. I want you to make the commitment that you will not quit. You will not stop. You won't even think about entertaining the word stop until you've completed your home team, 1, and 2, then you start building your max team. Remember, once your home team is completed, you only need to enroll one other person that actually starts your max team, and then they let's say they make a package purchase. If they do that, obviously it's optional. And then you start working with that person. You work hand in hand with that person to help them develop their home team in your max team. And as they complete their home team within your max team, you get a $1,000 bonus. And every person that that is a part of their home team is a part of your max team. I want you to get that. All right? I want you to get that as we start to round third here. So as we were looking here, Julio, his home team of 6, they're part of your max team. Diane's home team of 6 is a part of your max team. Rodney's home team of 6 is a part of your max team. Michelle, Martha, Danielle, so on and so forth, a part of your max team. $1,000 bonuses. 1K, 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 boom, 10K. 1K, 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 boom, 10K. Now, obviously, we know it's like 16 of the 1Ks before we hit the boom 10K, but you get the point. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I want you to share this video with your teammates so that they will understand the max impact compensation model that is about to be unveiled. And obviously, we'll be doing more training videos on the other forms of the compensation as well. We love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. And remember, JubiRev JubiMax is not just a company, it's a movement.